alive.
So no. I want to dedicate this to everyone going through trials and tribulations at the minute. Just stay strong, keep your head up and keep moving forward and you'll make it through. Cool. Yeah, look, I am my mother's biggest success and her biggest disappointment too. Cause she had a vision for me, but I still avoid the views. She would have been proud if I went to university. Instead, I'm in this black box putting a verse to beat. Life's a bitch and I'm walking around a cloudy beach with raindrops falling on my head because my mother isn't proud of me. I know my granny isn't either. I see the truth in her eyes, all I do is believe her, yeah. And we don't even talk because of conflict. My perspective on life makes me feel like I've lost it, see. I'm a black sheep and I do not belong here. But that's a feeling I've had way before diagnostics. And I'm tired of the pressure on my voice box, trying to convince my granny that life is full of choices. Education is the spice of life, but will it all stop? My cousin has a degree and she's working in a toy shop. It just goes to show me that nothing is guaranteed. I was a joyful kid, but life destroys a happy me. 50 milligrams was supposed to show me clarity. Instead, the process was feeding my insanity. And when nobody had my back, I did. And all I saw was darkness like the back of my eyelids. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It's part of God's plan, so the pain came in perfect timing. And when depression had its grips on me, a part of me died. I stopped enjoying anime, those Dragon Ball Z nights. I hate the fact that I can't feel any love in my heart. And the only time that I feel affection is when I cream pie. So here's a message to my fake friends. When the time comes and you see my hearse, please don't even come close. Cause what goes around comes back around. And I'll be tempted to haunt your pussy-os when I become ghost. A true friend, I don't know one. The other day I had a mental breakdown and scrolled through my contacts list to see who I could call for help. But reality checked me cause I called no one. A pair of balls I'll have to grow on. I was never prepared for the hardships, and I refuse to be a simp, son. So I have to keep a brave face whenever I go with my margins. Look, me against the world, I'm a target, but won't be on the receiving end of when your dart hits. In my town, the label or the black rapper's hood, so I'm deterred from being an artist. The rebellion will begin when I start it. I've been trying to feed a positivity, I'm starving. And now I'm leaking the venom inside. I guess you could say I produce carnage, yeah. MK-Tential.
Cold. Yeah, man. We're back. We're back, and as you can see,
Trust.
got MK-Tential in the house.
Trust, special guest.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. I just want to say thank you guys for having me, man.
Hey, love for coming on, man.
It's been a trek. It's been a trek from nuts.
Down here. Going deep south. How do you feel?
I feel comfy, you know.
First time you've been around here?
Yeah, man. I feel comfy. Like, I was literally saying, outside looks like certain areas are nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair play.
So it almost feels like familiar settings, you know.
Yeah, no, man. It's a decent place. It's a decent place, though. Can't lie.
Yeah, it all depends on your perspective, innit?
Word.
Literally.
But yeah, man, it's good to be here, man. Thank you guys for having me, for sure.
Blessing, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you.
Every time. Well, you said you filmed this black box 3 years ago.
Has it been 3 years?
Yeah.
It feels like a lifetime, you know. It feels like it's so much longer. Bro, even listening to it now, it's like I'm getting waves of, it might sound a bit weird, I'm getting waves of the person I was back then. The mentality that I had back then, and just the experiences that formed this. Do you know what I mean? Because listening to it, I was like, raw. I was being so raw. I felt like I was being raw, and I was just putting like a piece of myself out there. And there was so much hunger in it, because for me it was an opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Especially because we know the reputation Black Box has as a platform. Being in Nottingham, there aren't any platforms that have got huge reputations, at least in the rap scene. Do you know what I mean? So for me, even making the trek down to, in Luton it was filmed, so even making the trek down, the whole time, like when I got it organised, when I sent the DM to Black Box and I organised it and I booked my slot, from that moment up until me travelling down, in my head I'm thinking, I'm moving with purpose. I'm going to do something. Do you know what I mean? So there was a lot of hunger in it. Even from writing, I knew it was all for a purpose. And it's weird to watch it back, man. It's been a while.
Mad.
I think that's something you maintain though, in terms of like wearing your heart on in in your raps and
Yeah, that's it. When your heart on your sleeve and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot. It was a lot.
You mentioned about your mentality. What is different from then? What was your mentality then as opposed to your mentality now?
I think I still experience the same things, the same hardships and the same like mental battles and stuff, but I think my perspective on it has changed a bit. Back then, I was a lot angrier as a person.
Yeah.
So I had like I can curse, right?
Yeah.
Bro, listen.
Like, bro,
This ain't radio. Listen.
like,
Feel
bro,
what you feel.
a
That's what
large
you say.
part of me back then was fuck the world. And on some days, it was fuck the world and everyone in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I had a lot of that in me back then. And I feel like maybe it translates through the performance in the music and just the way, just the performance, the projection, everything, the mannerisms, the attitude, maybe even the raspiness in my voice. I feel like it comes out. I feel like these days, like I said, I experience a lot of the same things, but I'm more accepting of the human experience. I know that you have your ups and downs, and it's just the way it's meant to be. You know
Yeah,
what I
take it
mean?
in
Certain,
your stride, like.
certain things are out of your control. You just go with the motions and you try and learn from it.
Literally, yeah.
So there's been a lot of evolution in that time, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it was very raw. Like certain lyrics you were saying, like how you introduce yourself, you were like, your mother's greatest.
Yeah, and my
greatest
mother's biggest
achievement.
success and her
Big-
biggest disappointment
yeah.
too, because she had a vision for me, but I still avoid the views. And you know what? Me getting into that topic there, it took a lot, because like I said, Black Box for me, I saw it as an opportunity. In my head, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna shell it, I'm gonna blow this and that, you know what I'm saying? So I thought, if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go hard, I might as well be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, why am I gonna hold back? But it took a long time for me to get to that point, because I was like, I don't want to say certain things, because what if my mom hears the lyric, you know, what if family hears the lyric, it's gonna get political. And but I thought, nah man, it's part of the story, bro, and there's gonna be someone out there that probably relates to it as well. So
100.
Yeah, word. Like, have your family actually heard the freestyle? Because you say other things in there, like you say, trying to convince my granny that life is full of choices.
I don't know if my granny's heard it still. I think my mom's heard it. But this is it. Even, you know, when you play music for some people hear it, some people listen to it. So even if they have heard it, I don't know if they deeped it bar for bar, word for word.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
It might have went over their head. And
Yeah. To some degree, I kind of hope it did. I kind of hope it did. Like, even with the granny bar, like back then, like 3 years ago, even like considering my age and thinking about where I wanted to go in life, there was I was raised being told by my grandma, education is the spice of life.
Word.
It's almost like the old mentality of the American dream, where people think you get your education, you go corporate, life is sorted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's not the reality. And like I said in there, and there was no shade, I said my cousin's got a degree and she's working in a toy shop. So I didn't mean that in a spiteful way. I was just trying to say, like, listen, you can go down the typical, the traditional route.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean a straight.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not guaranteed.
What you're saying is the reality of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So back then, I was like, not having arguments, because I don't argue with the elders in my family, but I was just trying to talk to my grandma and say, listen, just because someone goes uni doesn't mean life is sorted. I'm just saying, for me, it just didn't feel like the right path at the time. Do you know what I mean? There was just a lot of conflict, internal and kind of with family. So,
100.
Yeah. I can relate still.
yeah.
I can relate.
It's deep, innit?
Yeah.
When you're
but
trying
I
to
feel
be-
it's like, I don't know. Okay, for example, taking it back, where is your family from? Like, where do you originate from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
So are you like the first generation that was born here?
Second. So it would be my mum and her siblings, that generation. I'm second generation.
Okay.
Yeah. But a part of my generation, like, I think my cousin might have been the first person in our family to go to uni.
Mad.
Yeah. So it's a massive deal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like that's one person setting an example. And then naturally, I'm sure everyone else will want the other kids of the family to follow down that path. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. What and was your mum and that raised in knots as well, or
Yeah.
also?
Yeah, literally.
mad.
Yeah.
So all your family's in knots, really.
All in knots, man.
Cold,
All in
cold,
knots.
cold. So is there like a big like Jamaican community there, or
What, in Nottingham?
yeah.
I personally have not experienced it, so
Okay,
I would say
okay.
no, just
Yeah.
because I've not been exposed to it. There might
okay.
be. I doubt there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like the Caribbean community, even the black community, is not as, the sense of community is missing in a lot of places, and I feel like in Nottingham, my experience of it is there's been a big disconnect.
Yeah.
I get you.
You see the most people at funerals, in my experience.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what.
mad.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So how was it growing up? Like, was there not that many black people around, or was it like just a lot more?
I probably didn't even notice it growing up. At the end of the day, minority, innit? When you look at the statistics of the UK population, I think I was looking it up the other day. It's like 3-4%.
Yeah.
So
But you walked through Woolwich. Did it look like we was?
Yeah,
we was
Woolwich
the
is different. Woolwich is
We're not the
different.
minority here, innit?
Yeah, no.
it's been quiet today, you know.
Yeah.
It's been kind of quiet today, so I've not really seen.
Team.
But,
Yeah. fair.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, Nottingham. I just feel like even outside of the heritage, I feel like a sense of community, full stop, hasn't really been a part of my experience.
Fair.
Like, yeah, and I'll get into it, like where all the loneliness and this, that, and the third comes into the music.
Mad.
But yeah, I can only speak from my perspective. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I've
yeah,
just not
I
seen
get
these
you.
things.
100. So, I did want to ask, where did your name come from?
MK-Tential.
Yeah.
It's a combination of my first name.
Okay.
Cool. Like, you know when you're in secondary school, right? And you're coming up with nicknames for the boys and everything.
Yeah.
And it starts off basic. You might start off with initials. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you might think, you know what? Let's do the first and last name of someone's first name. Sorry, first letter and last letter of someone's first name. And you try all these different variations. We've done all of that, and we've come with MK. And then it's just me, I think, finding myself on my path. And when I came up with Hidden Potential, that's when I added the potential to MK. Because back then I was Googling, bro. You type in MK, there's a million. There's a million.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, I think, what was it, Mark something, is a DJ, is the big
Okay,
MK
okay.
that comes up when you search that. So I was thinking, no, I need to be unique. I need something else.
It stands
And
out,
then,
you
yeah,
search it, yeah.
through me, like, kind of finding purpose in Hidden Potential, I've added that to MK, to get MK-Tential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear that in your music. Is that like it's like an ad lib or?
Do you know what? What Hidden Potential?
Yeah.
For me, Hidden Potential is a lifestyle.
Mantra, yeah.
Yeah, it's a mantra, it's an affirmation, it's a set of beliefs. Like, for me, Hidden Potential is knowing that regardless of where you are in life, there's always room for progression.
Yeah.
There's always room for growth and progression. And I don't believe in perfection. So there's always something to learn. There's always areas to grow in. Do you know what I mean? And that's something I've had to carry from the moment I feel like it found me. From that moment up until now and in the future, Hidden Potential is what I'm standing by. Do you know what I mean? And even in that, I feel like I'm flying the flag for Hidden Potential just because it's like my movement. But at the end of the day, I want it to be separate from me. Because me, MK-Tential, me, MK as a person, I've got my flaws, do you know what I mean? I'm a human, I'm not perfect. I've got a past, I've got a future, I'm gonna slip up. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been things where maybe I've hurt people, do you know what I mean? I've caused harm to people, I've hurt people, I've made mistakes, I've made negative choices that have had negative impacts on people, and I don't want people to look at me, MK-Tential, as the perfect example. I will never be that.
Yeah.
But at least through Hidden Potential, that can be separate. And I'm saying, listen, this is a set of beliefs. This is a way you should move forward. And it's something that I aspire to constantly stay in the loop with. Do you know what I mean? Even though I might mess up, hidden potential is something that will center me and bring me back on track. So I will always be pushing hidden potential.
When did you decide to take up this lifestyle and say, yeah, we're gonna lead it with more positivity?
Like, adding on to his question, have you always basically been this positive?
No.
Okay.
I'll answer that question first, and then we'll lead in. No, I've not always been as positive. Like, even going back to the black box, those days, bro, I was filled with a lot of anger, a lot of nihilism, for sure, which
What
comes
does that
in
word mean, sorry?
nihilism. It's like where you believe life doesn't have a meaning.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I've always questioned the meaning of life.
Yeah.
But there's been certain times in life where I thought, oh, it's pointless. Why am I here? There's no, you know what I mean? There's no meaning to life. Nothing matters. That kind of thing.
Okay.
But even that, you can shift the perspective on nothing matters. Because if you're angry and you say nothing matters, that's negative. But if you're saying, you know what, nothing matters, bro, or no one cares, it's like it gives liberation. There's a sense of freedom attached to it, depending on how you see it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So no, I've not always been positive, and I feel like it's all been a process. I've been through things like, and I've touched on my music, so I'll be very open about it, like depression, and the journey with antidepressants and anxiety and all of these different things, man. But I feel like the experiences that you have, they shape you as a person. And they allow you to pass on positivity and guidance to other people. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that answers that question. What was the first question?
When did you decide to take it up?
When did I decide?
Yeah.
So I think I made my first song in 2016. Like 2016. So from then, that's when I was hanging on to Hidden Potential. But for me, it was more of a motivational thing then. It was like, you know what, I've got a dream that I don't see many people in this city or area living out. I'm going to prove to, back then it was, I'm going to prove to the world that I can do it. Nowadays, I'm going to prove to myself. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to be living for other people. But yeah, it's been a gradual thing, man. It's been a gradual thing. You know, we're all humans. Sometimes you're motivated. Sometimes you doubt yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Sometimes you're inconsistent, but you just got to bring yourself back. So, yeah, it's been a gradual thing. It's a process.
100%. Like, you mentioned depression. You also have a lyric in the black box where you said battle depression, did it alone, and supported, I guess, because of apprehension. Like, what was that like?
Do you know what? That's we'll get into that. Alright, depression, being alone, for me and my experience, it's not necessarily being by myself physically, because I could be in a room full of people, like I could be with my boys,
but you feel within yourself that nobody,
you feel like nobody can truly support you. You feel like nobody understands you. You almost feel alien at times. And then as a trying to be a man in society, going from the transition from boy to man in society, there are certain stigmas, certain stereotypes where it's like men. Even as a boy, I used to hear, "Are you a man or a mouse?"
Yeah,
them things there. I don't know if you.
Them things are dangerous, though, man.
Yeah,
I feel like they're dangerous.
They can be fully.
Yeah.
Are you a man or a mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the mouse thing, like a smaller? Like, what's the message there?
It's like saying, are you brave or not? That kind of thing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So if you to face adversity in life, and someone says, "Yo, are you a man or a mouse?" So are you gonna stand up and are you gonna show face, or are you gonna crumble? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why'd you say it? What's wrong with that? You said it's...
Because it's like, I feel like people have different ways in which they express themselves. Not everybody is going to be the big brash alpha male type person to face things head on or whatever. Some people might choose to like think on things or just not react at all. Do you get me? That doesn't make you any less of a man for it. Do you get me?
Yeah, 100%. But that's depending on the situations. But like, when life hits you, more time you gotta grab it by the scruff of the neck.
Of course, but not everybody is going to do that. That's the thing.
Do you know what?
But
and you shouldn't shame people for doing that.
But
Yeah.
how did they get out of that rut then?
I don't know. To that, I don't know.
I like what you said then about you saying you grab it by the scruffs, because that's resilience.
Yeah.
That's resilience. But at the same time, I think we need to recognize that emotions are normal.
Yeah,
Facts.
They are normal.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's not saying you should let your emotions consume you. Definitely not. But just understand that it's normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's normal. Do you know what I mean? And you have to learn resilience. Like no one's born just
Word.
resilient and tough. It's a process.
Literally.
So you know when you're a certain age and you're just being hit with that, almost like an ultimatum: are you a man or a mouse? It's like, are you this or that? How can you not be in between? Like I'm trying to find my way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Man's just understanding life right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And certain situations will help you build up that resilience. Do you get me?
100.
But you don't get those. You don't get that resilience straight away, like you said, unless you go through certain things. So it's like,
Process.
yeah, you might be a quote unquote mouse in a certain situation, but then you learn from it, and then the next form of adversity you face, you're a quote unquote man or whatever. But me personally, I don't agree with that
I hear you.
whole term or whatever. But yeah, saying that,
Don't agree with that term, that's funny.
I don't, man. Certain things, do you know what it is? For me, certain stereotypes are just reinforced by certain sayings. Do you get me? Like the whole alpha male, red pill type talk or whatever.
That's the extreme now, isn't it?
No, but they can be reinforced by sayings like that. Do you get me? A man will use that as justification for their actions, and it's like, bro, not every person is the same. Not every man is the same. Not everybody's going to address things how you deem to be a man. Do you get me?
Yeah, 100%. But like, I mean, there's certain things like as a man you kind of have to do regardless. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
For what? For example?
like, let's say you're in the mud, like financially or whatever. You kind of have to dig yourself out of that, like figure it out. Do you know what I'm saying?
But you know what though?
Something like that.
There's balance though, because I feel like that's what we're told as men. We should do that. But what's wrong with having support? What's wrong with having a support network?
Yeah.
I hear you.
We shouldn't have to do everything alone. But I think it's good if you can, because you're self-efficient. But it's just being told that you should be able to do everything this one way.
Yeah.
Do you know? I hear you, but in my head, ain't nobody saving you in this world, bro. If they're not family, you can't expect nothing from anybody.
But
like
even then, I don't think you can expect.
family, like. So that's why it's like I said, this kind of goes down to you, like individually. You gotta just grab shit by the scruff of the neck, but but I mean, like you said, it's not something that you dwell on. It's take it in your stride, and something for me anyway. I take everything with a pinch of salt, whether it be good or positive. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a steady balance to the way it affects me in it. But
Yeah. I get that.
That's fair. Okay, in terms of influences then, who would you say are like artists or even like just people in general in your life that have helped you become the person you are today?
We'll start off with people in my life first. I would say, well, my family. We got a small family. Well, it branches out, but my immediate family, there's only like 5 people. 5-6 people. Like, I was raised, mom, grandma, 2 uncles. So that's about it, really. And then I got cousins, but...
Oh, so you're only child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, raising only. I've got siblings. It gets complex. I've got siblings that I don't want to say half siblings because you either siblings or not, but siblings I just didn't grow up with. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was raised as a single child, just as my mom's only child.
Yeah.
So my immediate family is very small. And like I say, like, mommy's boy experience, innit? But
That's true.
fortunately, I had my 2 uncles there as father figures and male figures in my life. Do you know what I mean? So they've impacted me to a certain degree. Who else? Yeah, my family. Shout out my family. In terms of like celebrities or public figures, let's go music. Let's go music.
Yeah.
One of my first influences was Bashi,
Cold.
honestly. And you know what? Growing up, when I heard the song Black Boys by Bashi,
Word.
yeah, that's a very powerful song, innit?
Classic.
And that taught me subconsciously that music can have an impact. It can have a lasting message. So Bashi, Nas, that song I Know I Can,
Yeah.
Be What I Wanna Be.
Yeah.
I remember my mum used to play that on loop like every now and again.
Mad.
Yeah, so shout out to my mum for that. So Nas, Bashi, but Chip, because growing up, like I started off on grime. I started making grime music. But as you know, you
Really?
don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, well, okay. Continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got grime freestyles on YouTube. But anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Chip. Listening to Chip. Well, you lot know a lot of the topics that grime music explores. Do you know what I mean? But when I was listening to Chip growing up, I felt like I related more because I wanted to make music, but I didn't have the street life background. I didn't have, do you know what I mean? And I wanted to keep it authentic.
Yeah.
So listening to artists that just talk about their life experiences to some degree was powerful for me. So
Yeah.
Chip definitely. Kendrick Lamar, I think I even did a freestyle to his song. You got a song called Feel, right?
Yeah,
Is it Feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a remix to that on SoundCloud. But yeah, hearing him and his vulnerability and just how deep he got with topics about mental health and just his own experiences, that had a big impact. That's what I can think of at the minute. Yeah.
Odd. So who would you say like your favorite artist or like, would it be the ones that you
My
mentioned?
favorite artist.
Or is it?
You know what?
Yeah.
That's always a tricky question because it changes all the time for me. It changes. Like I went through a Kanye phase the other week. Well, I was just banging and Kanye, just straight Kanye music for a good week.
I get you.
But then the next day, I might, if someone even says an artist name, I'm like, oh, I'm not even trying to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so it changes all the time. I can tell you I listen to today. Who did I listen to today? I listened to some Drake today.
Shout out the boy. Shout out.
I was listening to Central C, that song Molly. That's my favorite Central C song.
Okay.
Who else I listened to today? An artist called Derek Branch. He's an American artist. I don't know if he's like a SoundCloud artist. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it just changes all the time, man.
Yeah.
Based on the vibe, the mood.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's interesting. Because I feel like if you ask artists who they enjoy today, like, they're almost like apprehensive to say just because more time they're not even tapped in to like other things around them. They're just tapped in, focusing to what they're doing, what you're creating, GM.
You know what? I think a lot of it's ego, you know. I think some people don't want to
Really?
give other people credit.
I hear that.
They don't want to shed spotlights.
100% is that as well. Still.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's nothing wrong with like acknowledging your peers.
Oh, 100%.
You get me? There's nothing wrong with acknowledging if someone's doing something dope. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, of course. Like, I think you should keep your mind open. Listen to a range of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
have you lot heard Lil Uzi's new album?
Yes.
He's got a song on there with "Bring Me the Horizon." Bro, that's in my top 3 songs on there. They killed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
no.
not rated that one.
That I think it's like 16 to 18 on that tape. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about the whole
I haven't even been able
rock
to get into it still.
phase.
You don't
But I
feel it?
like certain songs on there though. I really like the song with Don Toliver about Patience.
Oh yeah, that's cold.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I can't get into it still. I can't even lie to you.
There's
Not
a
feeling
lot
it.
of songs on there. I'll
Yeah,
be
but
honest.
you know what? Maybe you haven't found the right setting. Depends where you
but
listen to it.
It's probably that still. Because every time I've tried to spin it, it's just not what I want to be hearing from Uzi.
Let
So
me
I
tell you
like
this.
to switch it up.
If you bang the song when you're mopping one time,
Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire. Telling you.
I hear you.
Depends.
That's true. That's fair. Like how? Okay, because Iris usually asks this question.
Yeah.
But like, how do you enjoy listening to music?
How do I enjoy listening to music? How do I enjoy listening to music? Oh, either a night drive.
Okay.
Night drive, or like sitting in a room that's blacked out with earphones or headphones on.
And do you have like playlists, or do you listen to albums or singles? Like how? Do you know what I mean?
Singles and albums. Okay. I've tried to become a playlist connoisseur. It's a bit
Too
long.
much effort.
I feel you.
Yeah, and because my music, like my taste varies so much, I feel like one day I'm listening to emo music, or like 1 second I'm listening to emo music and I'm enjoying it, and then or I could be listening to a bit of heavy metal, and then a trap song could come on and it kills the vibe, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? So I just listen to whatever I'm in the mood for, man.
Fair. But let's get in a quick intro.
We ain't even done that.
It's your boy Iris,
Yeah.
top shooter, art dealer, TCF dripper, you already know.
Come
Hayland FC. Yeah, man. Rice Baby 41.
Oh, stop, man.
Can you
Please,
do
please,
something for
please,
me?
Please.
Yeah, man. We're in the
Please.
place.
Anyway, it's your boy Max, aka Max for you, and aka Max just here, aka Naked Without Headphones, aka already know what time it is, head 100 of Pappy's Angel Association,
Mid.
aka Back Outside Boys, aka Timothy Williams. We are here, man. Yeah, man. We are here. But yeah, man.
Cold.
Yeah, man.
Ready.
You gotta have AKAs, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you know, add to your intro, MK?
Cool, it's the one and only, the fresh and fit. Nah, I'm trying to play it. Nah, it's MK-Tential from Nottingham City. Hidden Potential to the world and back, man. We're here, we're live.
Come on.
Gang. Yeah, I wanted to ask about your process. Like, how do you write? Like, what's your process in writing, making your songs, and yeah.
You know what? I feel like my process for years has been I'm heavily influenced by production. Like heavily influenced by production, and I feel like when I find the right production, it comes to me, you know.
Okay.
I feel like it comes to me. Often, like there's been a few times where I've sat with it and I've written a concept out, and I've said I want to explore this in this order, and oftentimes it just doesn't work for me, or it feels forced. A lot of times I feel like the lyrics just need to come to me, man, and it happens at random times. Like could be at work, I could be driving, and a 2-bar comes, and I'm like, no, don't forget. Do you know what I mean? I could be shopping, it could be in the middle of Audi, and a 2-bar comes. I have to whip out the phone quick, write down the lyrics and save it for later. But yeah, with the creativity, I don't really understand it. I've always just said it's bigger than me. It just comes to me.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it, man.
So you touched on like structuring the songs and whatnot, like putting down structures, like ideas and stuff like. So is that like when you got like a, I don't know, like you talk about hidden potential, positivity and affirmations a lot. Like, so when you have like certain things on your mind, is that you kind of like jot them down and then fill it out once you have a beat?
Yes, either that or literally I just write as I go along. I have the beat playing on loop and yeah, and even that's interesting because when I first started making music, like I said, I did grime, and I've got grime freestyles on YouTube. So back then, I don't know if I say it was more technical, but I put in more effort to make things connect. Like with wordplay, I was heavy on wordplay back then, and I really cared about it. I don't really care for it now. I respect it. I don't care for it too much now, but I cared for wordplay a lot back then, and I made a conscious effort to do certain things. Nowadays, I feel like I'm just more vulnerable and raw and just heart on sleeve. It's like whatever's on my mind or in my heart, I'm just putting out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
God.
Fair play. So it's less about wowing a listener and more so about like connecting with them in terms of emotions.
That's
Just
a good
what
way
you're
of putting
feeling.
it. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Fair Fair play. Because I feel like you have different types of artists. Do you get me? Like the people that want to do the wabbledy dabbledy type rap, where they're like just trying to hit you with the punchlines, metaphors.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
Like I used to do it. Oh, let me think of a bar. What bar did I write? I don't care. I think it's cold now. But then I think it went over. Oh, what did I say? I said something. What did he hear like Drogba? Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, what did he hear like Drogba? I don't care. I'm still back in that lyric, fam.
I hear that. That one flies. That one flies.
It needs more context to make sense.
That one flies.
But I can hear that. I can hear the double entendre there.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's like.
Yeah, like even the whole. I refuse to be a Simpson, so I have to keep a brave face whenever I go my marches. Yeah, that one's clean still.
So even in the black box, I was trying to do certain stuff because
And you say a wild lyric.
What'd I say? Oh yeah, I know which one. You say it.
The only time I feel affection is when I creep out. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear that.
You hear it?
Nah, I can't say that.
Listen, if you got a special one that's listening to this, don't expand.
Yeah, nah. Shout out my girl still. Can't do that.
Do you want me to expand on it a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
You rather than me.
Yeah. So when I said that was me just literally as I was going through depression and thinking about what love meant to me. I was learning that, you know what, there's not many emotions attached, or at least it wasn't for me. I go through periods where I'm just kind of numb and I feel rather emotionless, and I feel like I spend more time in my head than my feelings a lot of times. So back then, when I was thinking about relationships and intimacy and everything, I was trying to think, like, why do I not feel emotionally connected? Is it my partner's fault? Like, is it her fault? Or is it me? Like, I don't know. I didn't really want to put the blame anywhere, but I just had to. I realized that I would only I felt more connected and intimate and emotional when I engaged in physical and sexual activity. Do you know what I mean? So that's me trying to say that, like, nothing against whoever I'm dealing with. It's just, maybe I'm not in tune with my emotions and I don't feel connected unless we're doing this. Do you know what I mean? And yeah.
Just saying that you're a man, basically.
No comment.
Crazy.
No comment.
That's crazy. Let's not even do that. But saying that, now that you're on a more positive path, what are your intentions going forward in terms of like life, or when it comes to women, or when it comes to music and that?
My intentions, I just want to become a better version of myself. I wanna keep improving. I want to stay consistent. I'm not getting any younger, so I gotta make sure I build these habits, and I'm a man of morals. So even if it's recognizing what my outlets are, my positive outlets, and staying consistent with them, and just positive actions. I just want to make sure that I'm pushing hidden potential, I'm leaning on it, and I'm building it for the good of myself and other people, because I believe in it, man. I believe in it. Like, I've even got it tatted. I know that might not even seem deep to people, but when I got it tatted, I was like, yo, I believe in this. I believe. And I'll say, like, even my phone screen saver is my affirmation. Hidden Potential logo. And it says failure isn't an option, mediocrity isn't an option, conformity isn't an option, laziness isn't an option, settling isn't an option, complacency isn't an option, and giving up isn't an option.
So when did you like, I know you said that you like over time you became more positive and stuff like that, but when did you start finding like these gems and like these like mantras to like kind of help shift the way you move through life?
Do you know what? I think subconsciously a lot of it comes from experiencing hardship and needing a way to build back up. Do you know what I mean? Because I used to have a victim mentality a lot of the time. Like when I face hardship, like why is this happening to me? For fuck's sake. And
Why always me? Balotelli and that man.
yeah.
I hear you.
But now it's like you gotta stay strong, man. Like I've come too far to give up.
Word.
Can't give up. Like if I was to stop and abandon everything I believe in, no, I can't even expand on that because it doesn't seem like a possibility. Like, what have
You've
I been
come
through?
too far
Yeah.
to stop.
What I go
You've
through
come way
everything
too far
for?
to stop.
Can't give up. So, but then I'd fall into victim mentality a lot. Nowadays, it doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even get it. I understand how people can fall into it because I've been there, but it can't be a part of reality, man. And I say this to people I connect with, like could be my guys, bro. If you're going through something, we're sorting it. You're not giving up. And it's not like a fix up. You're being emotional. It's just no. Come on, man. Like you deserve better. You need to want better for yourself. Let's fix up. Let's rise up. Let's get through this, man.
Yeah. 100.
I agree. As long as you're breathing, there's a chance to change things.
100%.
You get me?
Still breathing out now on all platforms.
Hey,
Anyway.
come on. You gotta plug yourself at every opportunity. You get me? But yeah, let's just round it up because I know you got pressing matters after this. But yeah, man.
Got a song to play.
Yes.
Saturday, did you send it through?
Yeah, it should be in DMs.
Got a song to play. And what's the name of the track that we're gonna be playing?
Is Spawn ready? Or is Birds of a Feather?
Birds of a Feather. Cool.
Birds of a Feather?
Born Ready should be out by the time this drops.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to tease Birds of a Feather if possible. Just
Bet.
30 seconds most.
Nice.
Bet.
The link didn't work still.
The mark.
Yeah. But yeah, saying that, what's the premise around Birds of a
Feather? That's just bringing that just raw energy. There's some cheeky bars in there.
Okay.
But then I also do touch upon like victim mentality and hidden potential. I don't think I mentioned hidden potential in there, but I definitely touch upon the difference between giving up and carrying on and pursuing like dreams and where I want to go in life.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's a lot of fun. This is a fun song, fun energy.
Okay.
There's cheeky lyrics in there, but yeah, I think it came out beautifully, man. So shout out to Sai from Duke Records.
Shout out Sai. Big up,
yeah,
big up.
played a big part in this. Big
Big
up
up.
Taylor because he produced this and the production is insane. ATP and Tuesday mixed it, so big up them. But yeah, it's a fun one.
Okay. No, okay.
Yeah, that's cold stuff.
Let's keep our ears out. And that's dropping last week of April. A man said April. Bro, you know this yeah, let me not even.
Birds of a Feather.
Bro.
This is a future, so this is like an exclusive. But at the end of the month, we've got Born Ready. We've got
Yes.
Born Ready coming out.
Okay.
It's just taking a second to load.
No worries.
It's all good. I like that. Okay. Are you guys gonna be rolling out singles like at a certain pace, or is this just like a teaser? Have you got anything in the works, like a project?
Yeah, working on an EP. But for now, I want to prioritize these few singles and try and capitalize and see where this goes.
Bet. Cool.
What number?
Birds of a Feather, #1, and we can skip to our timestamp. Let's say 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Okay.
Can you get a video of you saying, and this is Birds of a Feather?
Yeah.
It's like say it's an exclusive teaser or something. Please.
Right, this is the first hearing of Birds of a Feather exclusively here on Slime Talk.
Let's go.
I'm Brock Lesnar. Two things I don't chase, pussy and bosses. If she don't give it to me, cool. I ain't forcing the crutches because there's money to be made. Rate to be gained, I ain't tripping off rejection. We pattern up when we move on. Purple notes, crispy in my wallet like a crouton. Got her moaning from the back shots because they're too strong. But if she shoots back, then it's a rap without a 16. I think we made love because she whispered that she missed me. It's been a minute now, you need love and affection, but you're not supporting my semen retention. You're draining the life,
That's
what I need
crazy.
for the grind. But it's back to business, I'm gonna leave you in 5. Birds of the same feather flock together, and that's probably why I'll be alone forever. She used to treat me like a fan cause I was genuine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is a fun song, man. I enjoyed the process.
Mad.
Yeah. I can't wait for it to just come out, man. And share it with the world, bro.
Yeah.
And that's, a few interesting bars of that stuff.
You love a vulgar bar, innit?
You know what? It is what it is, isn't it?
I hate you
love
so.
You love it like all my days. Like yeah, but it's cold though. It's cold.
Love my
Yeah.
guy.
It's
I like
something
that.
it's something that will stick in people's heads, innit?
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. Like literally, you guys, thank you for having me, man. It's been
Hey, man, thank
comfy
you for
settings.
coming
It's
on,
been
man.
nothing but positivity on here, good energy,
Come on,
insightful
come on,
conversation.
come
you know
on,
what I mean?
come on.
We need more of that, man. Slime talk.
We
has
try,
got my
man.
full support, bro.
Trust me,
You get
we
me?
try.
So
Love,
yeah,
love.
man. You guys shout me for whatever, whenever, man.
Hey man, we don't worry.
And it's always one thing, you know, like when you watch people or artists, you listen to somebody, it's different to seeing them in person and
Yeah,
meeting
well,
them in person. And you can bounce off their energy. You see what they're actually like.
Yeah,
You know what I
100.
mean? Off the internet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get to see the realness.
Word.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, and you guys are solid, man.
Appreciate
Hey
it,
man, thank you for that, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Love
man.
and guidance.
Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for coming on. We have a playlist before we go that we update every week called Drake Never. Again, I wouldn't name it that, but he did. But yeah,
It's to show it's a double entendre on his goat level.
Okay.
bro. But listen, one thing we're gonna do
I
is
did,
respect
for
Drake.
the audio listeners, I did quotation marks, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, anyway. But yeah, we upload. You get to upload 2 songs of your choice. Any
Whatever.
songs,
Could
whatever
be your
songs you want.
whatever you're listening
Yeah,
to, whatever.
but they have to be on Spotify or Apple Music.
Have to be on Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay, I know one.
Okay.
It's gonna be myself. Is
Okay.
that selfish?
No.
I'll do you.
It's gonna be a song called "Still Breathing" by myself. Second song.
Got that.
I'm just trying to think. Who do I know that's dropped a cold song lately? Who can I shed light on? Taylor has got a song. What's the song called? Smiles. The Smiles by Taylor? Yeah, Smiles by Taylor. Cold song. And like I said, he produced Born Ready and Birds of a Feather.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
okay,
fire,
okay.
man. Fire
Where's he
artist,
from?
producer.
Where's he from?
He's from London.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where in London.
Yeah.
What's his name on Apple Music?
Taylor, Tayllr.
Okay.
Found him.
Has he heard?
Nah, it's not. Wait, hold on. Let me try and find him. This guy, yeah.
That's the one, Smiles.
Less.
Yeah, that's cold. It's got some cold visuals as well, man.
Cool. I'm gonna deep this. I'm gonna check that out. What am I gonna add? Right now, I'm gonna add.
Oh, sick. Everyone's adding 2 songs.
Yeah. I'm gonna add "Faking a Fight" by Jesse James, Solomon, and Tiny Boost.
I'm finding that one right now.
Have you listened to Jordy's thing? Jordy dropped a 3-pack.
Did he?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it. I didn't even know.
Still, I'm gonna add Too Much. Jordy, featuring Louis Ray.
One sec.
What else am I adding? What was it? I know. A man's got, yeah. We need to do that on another episode though, about Purple Hearts. We need to discuss Purple Hearts again.
No, but let me not even. I don't wanna get in trouble. Purple Hearts.
But yeah, I wanna add is it Business? Real World.
Real World. Wait. Okay. What other song am I gonna add? Yeah, I'm gonna add Patience. By Lil Uzi and Don Toliver.
It's fire, I'm telling you, man. When you're mopping, you play that one.
Yeah. It's already on there. Alright, never mind. I'm gonna add Troubling by Rags Original off his album Bear Sugar. A really good album.
Oh, I
Check
need
it
to
out.
listen to that again. Is that Rags Original? Is he sing or rap? Or he does both?
Does both. Yeah, you can't really box him in, I don't think.
Oh.
But yeah, he makes use of both melodies and rapping. But yeah, man.
Big up to
Check
every
it out.
artist that's been added to the playlist now.
Yeah, there's a lot, bro. Yeah, there's a lot. There's
You
a
probably
lot
need
of range.
to. You probably need to create a new one, to be honest. But yeah. Or do you?
Probably,
Yeah, we'll discuss it later. Anyway, but
yeah, probably. But yeah,
you've probably been doing that place for like 2 years now, so it's a lot.
yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
exactly. It's a
But
lot,
yeah,
innit?
man.
It's been your boys, man.
Yeah, where can they find you?
Where can they find me?
Yes, sir.
Everywhere at MK-Tential, MKTENTIAL.
Cold.
Cold.
Yes.
And
Bet.
you got merch or anything? You gonna?
Not yet.
No?
Not
Okay,
yet.
okay.
Not yet.
Cool.
Come.
It's a process.
Yeah.
We'll get
Say
there.
less.
Say
I
less.
hate you. I hate you.
Say less.
But yes, love and guidance, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Music coming soon.
Yes,
Check that
sir.
out.
Yes, born ready at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Trust me. But yeah, go like, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
Yes,
and
sir.
go give MK-Tential a follow.
Yes,
go run
sir.
up his music, you get me? Yeah, man, we out of here.
Trust.
Blessings.